Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Salt of the Earth. We've got Preston here. Preston Fallon has just joined our community. He's going to be our second computers expert. We're going to specialize him in programming. In the meantime, though, we got to level this guy up. So let's equip him. So I've got a couple of bounties I'm going after. We've got another Juggernaut with a shotgun and bloaters with pistols. Now, I don't know if this guy's going to be any good at fighting any of those things. But, so this has already got an advanced suppressor on it. Well, aren't you a lucky boy, Preston? And then let's grab, oh, the Kodiak? It's got, wait, does that have 30 rounds in it? That doesn't seem right. The Kodiak lets you have 30 rounds in it? Well, that's obviously what I'm bringing, I guess. Now, one little internal debate I'm having with myself is over whether or not I want to keep duplicates of guns I don't use a lot, or weapons I don't use a lot, like this crossbow. I think I'm still going to salvage at least duplicate weapons that I don't care about. So we got one light crossbow, one classic crossbow, an Echo X2, that one's valuable, and one hunting crossbow. I don't think I need to have more crossbows than that. Now, the Target Mark III pistol, I kind of like that one. It's not as good as the sleeper cell, though. So, since I've got a sleeper cell, maybe I don't need two target pistols, too. See, the 1022 versus the Prepper's 1022? I mean, do I care about the regular 1022 when I've already got the Preppers? And a fake A47? I don't know. I mean, I guess I won't mind giving it up to somebody, that's the whole point, but similarly, I got two, like, matching 1911s. Like, do I need both of these? I don't think I need both of these. There's, like, other 1911s I can get if I want the variety. So, yeah, I think that's the equipment this dude should have. Let's grab him also some of this and some pipe bombs. Because let's get him a bunch of stuff. Because I think the first thing I want to do with this guy, just to sort of like initiate him, to like haze him a little bit, get him into the community, I want him to go take out this plague heart down here. Because we don't have that many plague hearts. This was generated as a green zone map, so we don't have a lot of plague hearts. But, you know, we're starting to exhaust the plateau. We're going to need someplace else to scavenge. We could just go up here, but I don't know. You guys watch me scavenge a lot. I'd rather... Wait a minute. Okay, for a second I thought one of these was a gun store that I had forgotten about, but no. Yeah, so opening up a new neighborhood down here would probably be all right. So let's do that. Hey, look at our matching faces. Oh, we're so cute together. I feel at some point maybe I should give this guy some kind of hoodie or something that hides his face so that we don't have two matching dudes. In fact, let's do that. Where am I? There he is. What kind of hat does this guy want? Actually, maybe what we want is like, he's got a kind of a nice jacket already, actually. But if we gave him something like a lizard hoodie, like an orange lizard hoodie, that at least sort of shades his face a little bit, makes it a little less obvious that he matches the other dude. Jedi Cytric says she likes the rainbow one. That's true. That's the one that's heavily featured in Heartland, though, and so I kind of like doing the more unique one. All right, so I guess we'll head down this road and just drive south. I should be on the lookout for anything that might give me electronics specifically, because I think that's what I'm going to need if I want to start manufacturing C4. So, Khalifa from Dubai says, heard you're the person that came up with the name system in the game. I freaking love it, and it's extended my playtime by many, many hours because it's fun finding survivors with cool or wacky names. Thank you so much. Wow, you just made my day, Khalifa. I really appreciate you telling me that. Yeah, the naming system in the game is sort of my favorite thing I've gotten to do in my whole career, and so I'm glad that other people like it, because I certainly had a good time with it, and it's nice when those kinds of things line up, right? I'm curious if you're actually from Dubai. I've got an uncle who lives in Dubai. Ah, wait. I was reading the chat and I'm going to drive right into a pole. Don't text and drive, everybody.
Smells like I just wandered into the wrong part of town.
Nope, this is the right part of town. I realize that you probably can't hear the dialogue as clearly as I can. So, yeah, the character just said, oh, crap, bloater. Okay, this is good. I've got a bounty on bloaters. Oh, haha, this gun was set to burst fire. All right, so maybe it's actually okay to leave my car some distance away. So I can put some distance between me and any pursuers before I get in it. All right, let's see how well we can do this. Yes. So there was a period during this game, during development on this game, when killing any zombie in a horde would just automatically alert the other members of the horde. And so you couldn't sneak your way through a horde like this at all. It was just physically impossible. But now you can, and I think that is way satisfying. Oh, wow, yeah, so Khalifa is from Dubai. That's cool. Well, I'm really excited to meet you. But yeah, I've got an uncle. He works at a university there. And so there was one time where, for work, I was en route to Hyderabad, and we had a layover in Dubai. And so my uncle gave us a tour. We went up the Burj Khalifa and a bunch of other stuff. So it's a beautiful place. Let's see. Oh, hi.
We've got a missing teammate, and you'd want someone to look for you, right?
There it is. Let's see what progress we can make with just melee. Oh gosh! No! 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 Okay, well that didn't work at all. Oh shoot! Ah! At least I took care of the feral, right? I keep forgetting to bring snacks.
What's left of that? This thing's getting fucked up.
Okay, can't have that much left. Okay, come here. Just want to gather a nice little group of guys. Oh crap, what's that? No. Alright, 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 alright. These guys are all on the ground. I love that I tried to jump out the window, but my character just stomped somebody instead. Oh, what was that noise? Ah, crap. I can hear a feral coming for me. He's got to run around until he reveals himself. Hopefully not by tackling me from off frame. Did I imagine it? Maybe I imagined it. Feral. I wouldn't put it past me. Oh, there he is! I knew it! Tackled from off frame. Oh, come on. Let me out the freaking window! Alright, come on. Come on, come on. Come on. There we go. Ha-ha! Alright. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Just gotta kill this thing before another feral shows up.
We're taking back this town.
Nice. Okay. Whew.
Damn, this shit is heavy.
Carrying a lot of stuff.
Got no room for that.
Everything except the energy drinks. All right, well, let's start loading up the car. Whew, wow. Now I can take a break and read some chat. Okay. Here we go. So no, Khalifa, my uncle is not an Air Force vet. He has been a historian. He's a career-long historian. I thought I heard a zombie being loud. Oh, there's a zombie over there. I'm not gonna worry about that zombie. Oh, Jedi Citrix asked if I actually know the author of iZombie. Yeah, I do. We actually hung out just a couple of weeks ago. He tends to travel a lot, and so just occasionally we'll see each other once in a blue moon when he's in town. But yeah, no, I started out just as a fan of his, but we started corresponding on Twitter, and we came to be friends. He's more famous for writing the Wool series. I'm just gonna pick up all the plague samples in the world. Look how many freaking plague samples. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Keep it coming.
Oh yeah, no on my that is Hugh Howey. Okay, close the door. Oh wait, look at that. Look at that. Look how our oh, I had been paying attention to how our room lights differently if you open the door. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. It's not, you know, completely 100% realistic. It just kind of, I think, fades between it rather than the light spilling through. But come on, you know.
I'm done digging around.
You gotta cut corners to make things perform well. That's usually the highest priority. Sengatsu wonders if I have a relative living in Russia. Not that I'm aware of, no. I don't think I've got a relative living in Russia. I'm not the greatest at keeping track of all my relatives, but I'm pretty sure I don't have one living in Russia. Yeah, the Wool series is really good. That's I haven't read iZombie, though Jedi Citrix recommends it. It sounds cool. But yeah, I think the two series that I've read of Hugh Howey's are Wool and Sand. And those are both really good. So Wool is a complete series. It's done from beginning to end, and it's actually going to be a TV series at some point in the future, which is kind of fun.
Anyone? I need some help.
Oh, there's a survivor in trouble. Let's go. I'm basically Batman. So yeah, I really like that one. I really like Wool. Wool. The setting of Wool is basically it's inside of a giant. It's kind of like the vaults in Fallout. It's people who live in one of those, you know, in sort of a horrific, you know, post-war apocalypse where it's just the entire surface world is toxic, and people can only live in these tiny little closed environments where, you know, minor thing goes wrong and everybody's screwed. Oh, hello. And so it's about, you know, people sort of dealing with the pressures of that. And, you know, when things start going wrong in a place like that, it can be really dire for the future of humanity. So it's one of those stories where it's like things are interesting because it seems so hopeless, you know? It's like you're able to get by on so little hope because the world is so dark. It's a lot of fun to sort of stretch your emotions that way. And then the other story of his that I really love is called Sand. It's another novel, and I think it might be the beginning to a. I hope it's the beginning to a trilogy because I really like it. It's set in a hypothetical future Earth where, for some reason, the world is deeply buried in sand, like a mile deep. at least the part of the world that our characters live in, and they have this equipment that lets them dive into the sand and explore the ruins, like deep underground, by swimming through sand. And it's a fascinating story, and I love the sort of the imagery that it creates in my head. Give me some ammo.
See you later.
Bye, everybody. Okay, so I think that my inventory's completely full now, so actually I should check. Okay, yeah, I don't have room. I don't have room for another outpost. Now, I could abandon an outpost if I wanted to put an outpost down here to make it easier to vacuum everything up, but which one would I give up? I guess, you know what? I grabbed this value wagon as sort of a temporary outpost. I didn't feel like I really needed it. So yeah, let's abandon the food outpost. I don't think I haven't leveled it up at all. Let's abandon it. And then that opens a slot, and then we can choose a place around here that we want to outpost. And then we can vacuum up a lot more stuff. Unless there's nothing cool down here. Let's go explore. Let's go find out if there's anything cool down here. Now, this character is kind of in trouble, so let me point in the right direction here. So, I don't think you can claim this as an outpost, because it's used in one of the legacy missions, but that will at least tell me, remind me the direction that I want to drive. So I think I found most of the stuff out here. What else have we got? Because there's another value wagon, so if, worst case scenario, if we want another food outpost, we can just grab one right here. Ooh, and a scout car! A scout car. That kind of makes me want to come down here just to get the scout car. Oh, this car's kind of in trouble too. Okay, you know what? We are still going home no matter what. Oh, I should tell you, by the way, like what I know about how scouting works. So scouting is based on, so each site in the game has got a radius, and when you're within that radius and you're holding still, you will see, you'll scout this. It'll the icon will appear on your map. So like, you know, maybe you have to be like this close or something like that to see this icon. But when you are traveling, like as you speed up, all of those radiuses shrink. So you notice, like for instance, like let's head over here. So that place is undiscovered right now. So if I drive up to it real fast, you see the icon doesn't appear. But if I slam the brakes on, suddenly the icon appears because I've slowed down. So the way to scout an area is to drive slowly through it. If you just speed through it, then it's like your character's just barreling through. They're not paying any attention, and they don't scout anything. And so the other way you can, you know, try to improve your scouting is just to bring the scout car, because the scout car. There we go. The scout car also extends all of the radii.
Real over here. Send help now. Our neighbors just stole every scrap of medicine we had.
Oh, good. The stolen meds thing. Oh, hey, we've got an infestation. Okay, yeah, so we've got lots of reasons to head home.
What this town needs is law and order. We can't stand by and watch bullshit like this happen.
We can handle this if we act fast.
So let's head back home.
That's not how we do things.
Let's make sure I remember where home is. Actually, it's where all of my markers are for the stolen meds mission that I don't care about. Let's stop highlighting that. All right.
Damn, that plague heart smell is fucking rancid.
Okay, so our plan is right now we're gonna head home with this vehicle. We're gonna swap characters because this guy should not be out and about anymore. If this guy's allowed to specialize in endurance, I think I might have to because his health bar is pretty small. Anyway, so we're gonna fix up this car, but then rather than taking it back down, we're gonna go down there and grab that scout car that we found. Ooh, and there's a wandering trader. Ah! Where's the trader? Huh. Over there, are they? Okay, there's a Legendre over there. So, okay, so maybe I'll head down towards this person trade with them, grab the Legendre, and take the Legendre down to pick up the scout car. The scout car's got no fuel in it. Good to note. And actually, I don't know what kind of state the Legendre is in. I should probably bring a toolkit, too, while I'm at it. So Khalifa says, I wouldn't mind some paid content or DLC. I feel guilty nowadays when a game keeps adding updates and content for free. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I'm sure at some point there's going to be more stuff to buy in this franchise. I don't know if it's going to be expansions to this game. I'm pretty sure we've kind of got a plan with this one, which is to keep supporting it for free, kind of regardless. But at least that's the plan we got right now. I mean, who knows, right? Like, this thing, I never want to, like, make promises, because who knows, if we ever change our minds in the future for whatever reason, some necessity drives us to change our minds, the last thing I want to do is sign up for a bunch of people going, oh, you lied, you know? So I don't want to say we will definitely never, ever do paid, you know, additional content for State of Decay 2, but it's not in our plan right now. I guess I'll just say that much. So, who do I want to send down there? I guess, yeah, Sydney has recovered a little bit from the last time we had her. She's also got a shotgun.
Please tell me you haven't forgotten what we talked about.
I've completely forgotten what we talked about. Okay, what else is she going to need? Probably not much, honestly. Like, what she's going to need is trade goods. That's what she needs, because she's going on a trade mission. Do we have any, like, duplicate backpacks? I don't think so. Do we have anything else we don't care about? Like energy drinks. I don't like energy drinks. I don't care about firecrackers. What else do I not care about? I don't know. Oh, we got so many random weapons. I think that's 2 Bowie machetes. 2 hatchets. Oh, nope, that's it. Okay, so we're going to be going on foot, mostly. Oh, wait, no. She doesn't want a bunch of random stuff to sell. She needs stuff to recover with those cars. So let's put away that garbage that she doesn't need to sell. And instead, let's bring some gas. 2 gases and a repair kit. 2 gases and a repair kit. That's what we need. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't catch on, Khalifa. I saw the second. Oh wait, what am I doing? Why am I getting in this car? I'm going on foot. I lose track of what I'm doing sometimes. Okay, hold on. No. Car stays here. Car stays here. We're going on foot, and we're going to. Oh yeah, this trader. So I don't need to mark anything. Anyway, Khalifa, I didn't catch that you were talking about feeling guilty about games having DLC and stuff, because you had said that you had thrown in a sub to my channel. I appreciate that. This is, I don't try to, you know, encourage people to subscribe to my Twitch channel, because, you know, I think that costs something, and I'm I'm already getting the benefit out of this channel that I want to get out of it. Like, I'm not doing it for, you know, with the hope of becoming a professional Twitch streamer and making money from it and that sort of thing. I do it because, you know, I enjoy it, first off. I like hanging out with you people, and also, you know, I get a career benefit from it, from the fact that, like, I don't mean career benefit like, you know, nobody cares that I've got this tiny Twitch stream. Nobody's gonna hire me because of it, but it makes me better at my job to, you know, to play all these different games get input and reactions from other people, and also to have an audience to talk to. Like when I'm working through a new game, a lot of the time I get more out of it because I'm explaining what I'm thinking to an audience. So I get enough out of this already that I don't feel like I don't feel like I need to ask people to subscribe or anything like that. Like I'm already getting out of this what I'm looking for. But at the same time, when somebody does, I'm always like honored, So I'm not saying don't do it, but I guess I'm just feeling extra humbled when someone does because I'm not striving for that, and so it just feels like a nice, cool surprise bonus out of nowhere. So I appreciate it. So Khalifa says that even pay for more names added to the name list in the game. Unfortunately, when you're deciding, that's an interesting question because when you're deciding what you can sell in a game, one of the big considerations is will players really be able to tell the difference? If what you're adding to the game is something that's fairly subtle, like just expanding the random name list, it's like how will players know if they're getting one of the names they bought versus one of the names they didn't? And then you feel like, oh well, I'll have to put those names in a different font color or something so people can tell, because buying something and then not being able to tell you bought it feels pretty bad, particularly if you've got like a limited budget. Oh, by the way, I do endorse Cogs's message that people who like, watching streams by State of Decay 2 devs would also probably enjoy OG Jawafawa's channel. He is our top customer advocate, which means that he manages all the incoming feedback from players. But he also contributes. I mean, he's one of our most hardcore internal players, and so he ends up having a pretty big influence on how we think about specifically the hardcore audience and like what we do for those players. And he also can step out of that mindset, the hardcore player mindset, and think like a noob too. But it's actually kind of hard to find people at a game studio who are as good at their own game as a lot of the players out there. Because, that's sort of an elite class of player, who can just really roll with the hardest of the hardcore. And having, there's usually just a small fraction of people at the studio who actually fit into that category. And so he's an incredibly valuable person to have because he does play like an absolute pro. Which is part of what makes it fun to watch his stream, because he's just so good at the game. So Jedi Cytrix, no, I don't think I have the name Anybody as a nickname. Like you said, we do have Nobody, but we don't have Anybody. It starts to, I worry if I had too many names like that, it'll start to sound like a Who's on First routine.
Perfect outpost location? Check.
Oh, I didn't get that. It's been so long since I've seen West Side Story. I did not get that as a West Side Story reference.
Hello there.
Hello, sir. Gerald, if that is your real name.
Something for me?
Okay, sure.
So let's sell our luxuries off. And then see what he's got to buy. Fuel, if I want that. Ooh, napalm grenades. Those are valuable. A filling machine. So I can make more fuel bombs. That feels particularly valuable to this community. Oh, C4 charges. Okay, let's buy this. C4 charges are very expensive. I'm tempted because I love them, but I think we're going to be able to manufacture them soon. I think that's going to be much cheaper, and I am going to want to claim and maybe upgrade an outpost soon. So let's just grab these chemicals instead. And maybe a fuel rucksack. And let's go to our base. And I just realized, because I think I just outstripped the... Yeah, Now, is there anything I really want to make? We're not quite ready. I need more circuitry. I want to manufacture some C4 charges. In the meantime, let's get rid of our excess ammo this way by just making a bunch more ammunition. And I think we're good. Okay, so we were going to head over to this Legendary. All right. So we'll drop that off in there. Basically just drop the heavy stuff in, and it looks like it doesn't need repairs, so that's good. Let's drive it down here so we can pick up the survey car. As much as I love the Legendary, I think I'm going to get more immediate value out of the survey car, especially if I end up going from map to map and over time and continuously try to just keep vacuuming up entire maps worth of stuff. It'll be really nice to have a survey car in the future, so we're going to grab that survey car. I might come back later for the Legendary too, just because I really like these old muscle cars. I think you can you turn this into an impaler, I think? Okay, so I don't know why I thought it was smart to put these things in here. Because whatever, I'm about to switch cars. Oh, Cogs wonders if when my son plays the game, if he uses Molotovs and fuel bombs. When he has them, he does, yes. He usually runs out of them and then can't do much. But when I provide them to him, yes, he does like to make fire. All right, so I can put... Looks like nothing needed a lot of this stuff, so I can put it back. Let me grab that one snack out of the back over here because it'll stack nicely. Stacking snacks. And then, yeah, let's claim this value wagon. Peek in the back room.
Nope.
Whoa,
He's
what
still
the?
got company.
I did not see that zombie. I don't know if I just didn't see him or if he just spawned behind me. We are working on some changes to the way that zombie spawning works inside buildings. Right now, you'll notice it's actually really rare to encounter a zombie inside that started inside of a building. What the heck? I'm stuck now. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay. Well, gotta remember this place. Apparently, it's possible to get stuck right here. Yep, I'm not getting out of it. All right, well, how long have I been streaming? It's about 36 minutes. All right, well, I'll have to bug that. In the meantime, let's use the stuck command, I guess. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. So, let's see here. 36 minutes. Stuck on fridge. All right. Anyway, okay, so there is a horde coming nearby, so I gotta be a little careful. Yeah, rainfall. Yeah, I know. Like, it feels like there's certain places where you get into that sort of stuck position, or sometimes just a temporary falling position for a while. And it's hard to find all of them. You know, it's like anything that moves a character around or changes what state they're in has the risk of getting them stuck in geometry. There is so much food in here. Holy crap. Oh no.
Time to gear up or get out.
So is this just all rucksacks? Yeah, okay. Oh no. No, I didn't. No, don't get in the freaking car. There's zombies around. They're gonna mess up the car. Okay, hold on. Okay, that can stack, so I'll keep it. Hey there, zombies. You looking for me? Ha ha ha! Thank you, Zoe. Ah, come on. All right. I think that was everybody. We got so many freaking plague samples. It's crazy. Why does she sometimes... Okay, you know what? I'm going to make a note about that. We're 39 minutes in. Why did she use the slow pickup animation? So it used to be that slow pickup animation that you saw her do, that was the only pickup animation we had. But when, you know, we started adding things like droppable crossbow bolts and, you know, leaving straying plague samples around everywhere, we added an alternate way to pick this stuff up that was really quick, where it's just an upper body animation blended with normal movement. And so she doesn't have to stop and hold still. She can just, you know, on the go, pick stuff up and leave. And that works so much better. But for some, I think there's some path in the behavior system that lets her still use the old pickup animation, which compared to the new one just feels like garbage. And so we should probably just get rid of it altogether.
All right. Maybe we should reevaluate this relationship.
So TSG is saying you use crossbows in this game. I don't know if you're asking whether I personally like to use them or if you're just surprised and impressed to find out that they exist in the game. I think I've seen you enough. You probably already knew that crossbows exist, so you're just wondering if I use them. Yeah, so I tend to use them when I'm playing at a high difficulty level, especially when it's early in the game and I don't have a lot of really good suppressors or a lot of ammo. And so I basically just want to, you know, have a way to kill zombies when I'm like sneaking through an area, trying not to get into any trouble. I want a way to kill zombies quietly and efficiently without starting a ruckus. And so crossbows are perfect for that because, you know, not only are they as quiet as any weapon can be in our game, but their ammo also is very resilient. And you can get more of it really easily. And so, you know, like when you shoot a zombie with it, there's a good chance that the or particularly I think if you miss a zombie with it, there's a good chance that the bolt is gonna stick around. So now we've got a survey car. Oh no, we're out of storage. Oh no. We're out of storage. Let's drop all this stuff off. Okay, so we've got a bunch of extra fuel. We got to use it. But before we use it, so I haven't been using my Magnum Ammo Press anyway. So let's switch it for the... We just turned in a bottling machine, right? What was it?
Fantastic.
Filling machine, that's what it is. Let's install the filling machine. What else? Oh yeah, we've got room here to store more ammo. We're just going to store all of the ammo. Okay, so if we can finish that quickly enough, that'll be good. And then, do we have... Okay, yeah, so we do have the influence to upgrade this ammo outpost. So we're going to get more ammo coming in. Yeah, so other folks are saying that they like having crossbows too, and that having good aim with the crossbows feels particularly good. Yeah, because there's that like ballistic trajectory, but you also tend to use it in scenarios where you get to like sort of spend the time to carefully aim. It can feel really good to like sort of plan some ridiculous shot that didn't seem possible and then totally make it. Let's see here. We could hack a drone if we want to. Yeah, while we're talking about scouting, let's hack a drone. Why not? Okay.
Requesting immediate assistance. We're surrounded by zombies.
Oh no, somebody's surrounded by zombies. Okay, it looks like we could refuel these 2 cars. In fact, this one could also use some more repairs. So I'm going to go grab some vehicle maintenance stuff while we're waiting for those
Hey, those plague hearts aren't gonna kill themselves, you know.
those mods to finish installing. So 2 of these and 1 of these. Look how many I have now! It's crazy. Yeah, no one my agrees that it's so satisfying to launch a bolt upwards a bit and watch it come twirling down onto a zombie's head. I agree. Oh wait, what am I doing with this? Right, I'm repairing this vehicle. You can see it's just from the slight crumpledness. In fact, it could probably still absorb another one. You can see there's just some slight crumpledness to the shape of this thing. I think that means it actually could absorb yet another toolkit. Let's see if that's true.
Can't get much farther without someone leading us.
Unfortunately, we don't display your vehicle's health, and so you can never be exactly sure if it needs this. Oh, and while I'm in here, let's grab some more shotgun shells. I wish it wasn't nighttime. I'd actually like to get a glamour shot of my scout car before we're done. Got 15 more minutes for the sun to come up. Let's see if that happens.
We left our supplies just lying around, and some of them got ruined.
Oh no. Okay, well at least it only took my food. Okay, so we've got the filling machine. So now, if I want to craft fuel bombs, I'm gonna get 12 fuel bombs. Let's do. Okay, so how much fuel do we need to blast through? Okay, only need 3 more. So yeah, let's make some more fuel bombs. And then let's just do 1 more thing of gas. And then food, I think, is also. Let's just make some espresso. Espresso, espresso. There we go. I think that puts everything under the wire. Yep. Okay, so now we've got an infestation to take care of. Let's, now that fire is a lot cheaper, let's just bring some fire with us.
Never thought it'd happen, but I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow.
What am I doing? I've completely... Oh, yeah, I'm getting fire. That's right. How about a little fire, Scarecrow? Okay, I think we can do this without a vehicle. Let's just head over to that infestation. I might want my pistol instead of my shotgun.
I can't let that screamer bring a whole party over.
Ooh, but he doesn't see me yet. I wonder if this is the screamer from the infestation. He's just out of place. Nope. Hey there, Kimsa Bimsa. What kind of question you got? And then I'll answer TSG's question in just a sec. Hey there. Oh, oh no. Oh, there's some zombies. Oh well. I thought I was gonna be sneaky, but... Okay, now we just have the screamer
Place
left.
is empty. Let's go.
Where are you, Screamer? Where's the Screamer? Dang it! Where's the Screamer? There he is. Oh, hello. Okay, so Kimsa Bimsa's question is, have you guys buffed merchants like the ones that come for Daybreak, etc.? Because apparently Kimsa Bimsa has been trying to lure zombies in to kill them, and it hasn't been working. So I think for a while it was possible to get merchants killed so you could take their gear. You couldn't really take their Enclave inventory, the thing that they trade with. You couldn't take that, but they would often have decent equipment on their bodies that you could take if they got killed. I think we might have made them, like, around the time of when we shipped Heartland, we added a tool that allowed us to make characters immortal. And so we used that. I believe we retroactively went back and used that on traders and stuff. That I wouldn't be surprised anyway. I don't have a specific memory of us doing that, but I would not be surprised if we did. We do have the ability to make characters immortal, and so yeah, you might have to actually trade with them instead of just getting them killed by zombies. Anyway, so TSG had asked another question. He said, is there anything related to game performance that would prevent us from going over 12 survivors in a community? It's only tangentially about game performance. Here, should we take out another plague heart? Ooh, there's a feral down there. Well, maybe we should save this plague heart for a later time. But let's definitely come down here, claim our outpost, fight this feral. That all seems worthwhile. So there is. We already have performance related stuff in place that makes it so. Oh wait, there's a bloater. That makes it so that if what am I talking about? Oh yeah. So right now we actually can't handle all 12 survivors being on screen at the same time.
Don't breathe any of that.
Humans have a very complicated AI and behavior tree and stuff like that, and so we're kind of limited on how we consciously limit ourselves on how many humans we have in the scene, because if you have a lot of humans in the scene and a bunch of other stuff going on at the same time, that can hurt performance. And so I think it's already like a limit of 5 or 6 characters from your community. I think it's like 6 characters, you and 5 other characters that can be on screen at any given time. Which way? I'm facing the absolute wrong direction. Wait, am I though? Yeah, sure, I'm fine. Anyway, so we already have that. So if we were to raise the community cap, if we were to raise the population cap to, like, say 15 or 20 or something like that, that wouldn't change our performance thing. We would still only let you see 5 or 6 characters at a time. So one of the reasons why we're hesitant to increase the size of your potential communities is because the cheating that we're doing with performance by only showing you a few of your characters at a time will become way more obvious if you've got, showing 5 out of 11 characters or 6 out of 11 characters doesn't feel like a ghost town. It feels like, oh yeah, I can only see some of my people. That's fine. I could normally only see some of my people. Why? Oh yeah, that's right. I was confused by the marker because I thought I'd left it on the feral, but I didn't. But it would feel much weirder if you could have 20 people in your community, but you could only see 6 of them at a time. It's more than like, it's worse than showing you a third of your community, which just feels not that great. So that's one reason. I realize that some people might not care about that, but it is sort of, it relates to the impression that we would make on new players, and it could be problematic. So that's one issue. Another issue is the fact that there's actually a lot of parts of the game that are scripted in kind of a hacky way, and I'm not, extremely proud of this, but there are some parts of the game, like the morale system, for instance. There's lots of parts of the morale system where the way they work is... All right, let me make sure I'm not going to get murdered by this feral. Anyway. like for instance, there's parts of the morale system where what they do is, and this is insane. It should not work this way. Just prefacing this, I'm not describing the way a thing should be done. I'm describing a way that a thing was done so that we could ship it. But basically, when it comes to, for instance, your characters liking or disliking different facilities, for instance, and there's lots of parts of the game that are also like this, but this is one example. When you, for instance, build a workshop, and certain characters are like, oh, so and so likes the workshop, they get a morale bonus because of the workshop. What's happening is, every several seconds, we're running a hidden mission behind the scenes, and that mission attempts to cast 12 characters from your community.
This is all night.
And so it's got a list of, like, it says, okay, try to cast one character, try to cast a second character, try to cast a third character in this mission. It'll try to grab all of those characters, and then it'll check each character and say, okay, do you have this trait? Nope. Okay, good. Do you have this trait? Oh, you do. Okay, you get a morale bonus. Do you have this trait? Nope. Do you have this trait? Nope. Do you have this trait? Oh, yes, you do. Okay, cool. You get a morale bonus. And it goes through everyone like that, and it does that exactly 12 times. And so, and the thing is, like, a proper programmer would not have set it up that way. There are ways to set up something like that morale system that doesn't specifically limit itself to a specific number of characters in your community. In fact, that's an insane way to do it. A real programmer using real programming tools would not do it that way. They would have there be just some kind of loop that just does it for one character and then checks to see if there's any characters left it hasn't done it with yet. And then when it runs out of characters, it stops. And then you could have any number of characters and it would just work. That's how you would do it if you were doing it well. We were not in a position to do it well when we were trying to ship this game originally. So we did it poorly instead. So basically, if we were to raise the population of the community, we would have to go through a bunch of parts of the game and like duplicate that work. Like say, okay, this thing that we were doing 12 times, now we have to do it 15 times. Now we have to do it 20 times. We have to find every instance like that and do it. And now, that doesn't mean we'll never do it. It just means that we can't do it easily. We can't just say one day, oh, you know what? I'm just going to raise this number, the population number. I'm just going to raise it from 12 to 15 or whatever. We can't just do that one day. We have to actually devote a pretty large-scale effort to covering all of our bases, making sure that, that we're not forgetting any edge cases, that we're not, leaving something undone. Like, for a while, I think we actually had...
Time to gear up.
One of those morale missions was actually malfunctioning because we were counting the population wrong. And the game would be full of bugs like that. The game would be full of bugs like that. If we haphazardly decided to increase the population count. So that's why we haven't just sort of done it arbitrarily. Again, I definitely sympathize with the desire for that change. I understand why people want it, and I think that is okay for them to want it. And I would love to do it, but I think what we would want to do is change the way those features work. Oh, wait. So somebody just wants... Talk to Ryan to see if they're willing to cut you in? Okay. I don't actually know what this mission is. Let's go have this mission. I don't have a lot of room for supplies, but... So I gave you the long answer.
What the heck do you think you're doing?
The shorter answer is things in the game are set up in such a way that it would be a big deal for us to raise the population cap. I would love to do it sometime, but we'd have to find the right time where we can devote the developer time and the testing time to making sure that we did it right. And at the same time, like, I would love to just make some changes to that system entirely. It's silly that you have to learn from a wiki that there are 2 different population limits. One's 9 and one's 12, and you can get above 9 by doing weird arcane things in certain missions that are designed to support it. And it doesn't make any sense. It's a bizarre way for our population cap to work. We should just have a population cap that's like a specific number. And we're like, hey, you can't go over this number. And when it's time to recruit somebody, if you can't go over the number, we just tell you can't go over the number. And that's it. Like, it should be that simple. Unfortunately, because it was engineered in a different way, we can't just decide to make it that simple. It will take some effort, and it would be risky, and it would be uprooting some foundational parts of the game and taking on a bunch of risk, and there could be bugs that come from it. And so it's like, we have to really know that it's the right time to make a change like that, and that we can really devote the time to making sure we got it right. Why am I searching? I'm already gonna be running out of stuff here. Oh. These guys need some help. Okay, so let's follow these guys to their next objective. Where are they going? Can I get in my car? Okay, you guys just drive, just walk. What? This is like the one mission of the game where you gotta follow somebody. Nightmaker says that they actually managed somehow to get 13 characters in one community. That's got to be a very rare edge case. And that actually kind of highlights the problem with the way that we're handling things right now. The way that we handle our population system, we're not... I don't... dang it. No, there's a hard cap. You should not be able to go over the hard... Maybe... You must have done it by, like, recruiting multiple characters at once or something? I was trying to think, because we do have a hard cap, but the population is not supposed to be able to go over 12. And I guess if somehow... I guess it's... Oh, no! Bloater! Bloater! Stop! Stop it! Oh! You jerk.
Looks good, but it could still be a bust.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm not surprised if that's possible. But at the same time, it's one reason why at some point I would love it if we could actually get...
Next on the list?
How about you handle a meathead problem for us?
If we could actually get, make real, like, tangible improvements to the way that system works under the hood, so that we can actually be sure we're not letting edge cases like that slip in. Like, if we've got a limit, we want to enforce the limit, because... Like, if you're going to end up having morale problems. Like, you're going to end up in situations where the morale system isn't finding all of your characters. You could have a character with a morale benefit. Oh, what are these guys doing? Anyway. You could get into a situation where, like, one of your characters is supposed to have a morale bonus, but they're not getting it because they're the 13th character. And our morale system is only checking... for 12 characters. So that's actually not a good thing to have 13 people in the community, the way that the game currently works. Dang it. Wait, am I really protecting them for how many minutes? This is a long escort mission. Why do we have an escort mission this long? That's kind of ridiculous.
More of that.
This is like longer than a typical siege.
Gotta kill that screamer.
This is so many zombies. I don't see the screamer that they called out. Okay, just 18 seconds left. So many zombies. These guys are just not helping. Do we still have both of them? Okay, looks like we do.
Well, let's hope that screamer minds its own business.
All right, are we done? Clear out the remaining zombies at the dirty yellowing trailer. Okay, what zombies? What zombies? Oh, this one? No? What, is there one on the roof or something? Okay, hold on a second. First off, I need to add an idea card, which is clear remaining zombies objective needs to highlight zombies. Because that's ridiculous. Okay.
Place looks empty. Let's go.
Okay, are we really just... What's this guy doing? Okay. Is there a zombie up here? No? Okay, what is up with this mission? Oh, they just found another one. My character's exhausted. So there must be a zombie stuck under the ground or inside the trailer or something like that. Okay, well, since I can't find the zombie, you know what I think I need to do? Well, first off, I need to look at the scripting of this mission and figure out if it's it's doing something wrong. But I think I can clear out the zombies by just driving far enough away that the zombies despawn. So let's see if that works. Just drive directly away from it. There we go. All right, that did it. That's absolute silliness, but whatever. All right. Let's talk to these guys. Hello, Ryan. Nice doing business with you.
This one's on me.
Ooh, some lumber. Thanks for the lumber, Ryan. Okay, so this character's exhausted. It's still nighttime. It's fine. What's the best way to get home? There's no good way to get home. Let's just take one of the bad ways. So that was a weird mission. I feel like I need to look into how that one was scripted. You could tell it was one of the early ones we did, because I think later on we sort of established some expectations and standards about how missions work. And one of them is, you know, if somebody wants you to accompany them to a second location, they become your follower, they put a marker on your map, and they send you there. That mission, you have to follow them, you have to stay with them and escort them, which is like a very different thing. And I think that's the only mission where where we run it that way. I think pretty much every other mission does it the other way. Okay, so let's pull up here. Average Twitch user, I'm not sure. Average Twitch user is asking me if I've seen a video by Wow Such Gaming. I'm not sure. I know that there was a review video that was being passed around The Office recently. I don't know if that's the same one that I haven't watched yet, just because I was in the middle of something and I couldn't.
Damn, too loud.
So I probably haven't seen the exact video that you're referencing, but
Have to draw some resources if we don't build more storage.
yeah, I'm glad you found it interesting, whatever it was. Gior says, I remember that mission just continuing to escort them from place to place as long as you wanted. I think there might be a mission that does that. I don't know if it's meant to be that one, though. Huh. So Khalifa wants to know: are there any names that in our naming system that have not been found? So I think we've got enough players playing the game, enough players who have played the game. It's millions now. Where I'm pretty sure with the number of different characters that get generated in each person's game, they've probably found all the names. It would be weird if there's a name that didn't get found. The rarity of names is kind of haphazard. Like, there's so many different factors that go into it. I can't really calculate the odds of one specific name very easily. So I wouldn't know one way or the other if there were any names that were like that, or I wouldn't be able to guess which names were more likely to be the rarer ones. But yeah, so I doubt there's any that have just simply never been generated. And Khalifa, there is actually, I've done a video where I spent half the video reading out and talking about all of the enclave names in the game. I don't know how easy it is to find on my channel, but I think if you went on my channel, you looked up like enclave names or something like that, you could probably find it. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna find it, and then maybe I'll even when you're watching this on YouTube later, maybe I'll even put a card up there. So let's see here. Enclave names, is that? Yes. Okay. So the video is called. It's called literally 17 minutes of me listing enclave names. So there you go. Here, I'll copy the video link. I'll stick it in here. And I'll also remind myself that at an hour and 10 minutes, I want to put a card in there. So people who are watching this later on YouTube, I'll stick a card up there. You can click on it if you want to see me just reading all the weird enclave names in the game. So I wrote most of them. Our lead writer, Andy Collins, also wrote a bunch of them. So I can't take credit for the whole list, but they were a lot of fun to come up with. Awesome Twitch dude says, nice job with your YouTube channel, Jeff, blowing up lately. So I have gained some subscribers recently, and I think it was because Sunny Games, who's got, he was a bigger channel than I am, linked one of my videos in one of his videos and told people about my channel. And so I think I got like an extra 200 subscribers recently out of that, which is kind of cool. I'm not a big time YouTuber, and I'm not expecting to be at any point in the future, but it is fun when I have those little boosts of attention. Haha, Gior. Oh man, I'm losing stuff. Crap. Okay, hold on. Looks like I'm gonna lose some fuel unless I make more fire. Even more fire. And now, thermite grenades I can't make as many of. But they're also cool. So let's do that too. And then materials. What can I spend materials on? Oh wait, where do you craft bolts for crossbows? I forgot. Oh, I can make a solar generator, but why? Ooh, I could break down one of these guys. Is it under here? There it is, crossbow bolts. So yeah, if I want to use just a little bit of materials, I could craft a bunch of crossbow bolts. Some of the light kind too. Alright, I think that puts everything under the wire. So I'd love to hang out a little bit, at least till the sun comes up, because I'd like to get a really nice glamour shot of my scout car. This character's exhausted, though, so let's grab somebody else. Preston's still sick. Let's switch to Jaden the Millennial. I don't know why I've decided his name is Jaden the Millennial. I think it's just because of his name. I did so much research on character names, because like Khalifa's been talking about, I did the random name generator, and one of the things that I did was wherever I could get the information, I split the names up by different age groups, and so Jaden is a name that just did not exist until a decade and a half ago or 2 decades ago or something. Nobody was named Jaden. And now suddenly lots of people are named Jaden. And so somebody who looks young the only people who are allowed to get the name Jaden in our game are people who look young. People who look old can't be named Jaden. I think I've told this story before, but like that was kind of inspired actually by when I watched Fear the Walking Dead, and
You don't know me yet, but I have an offer.
somebody's talking right now. Just a second. Okay, they're done. And one of the main characters in Fear the Walking Dead in season 1 is a 50-year-old woman named Madison, and at that time, there was no such thing as a 50-year-old woman named Madison. The name Madison was popularized by the movie Splash in the 80s, and people only named their daughters that after that movie. And so anybody who would have been born before the 80s could not be named Madison. And my knowledge, for some reason, I didn't actually know that entire story. I looked it up later, but it still just felt wrong because, like, I knew, like, my daughter knew several Madisons in school, in elementary school at the time. And it was a really popular name at that age, but it was not, like, I didn't know any Madisons, when I was growing up that were my age. And so seeing someone older than me named Madison felt really weird. And so I was like, if we want this name list, if we want, like, the names of our characters to feel convincing, like, you really can believe, like, oh, yeah, that totally sounds like a name a person would have, their ages have got to line up with the names. So yeah, Surreal Diagonal says the names of the game are pretty good. Did you add most of them? Yeah. So yeah, I was one of my big responsibilities early on in the development of State of Decay 2 was coming up with the character generator, which includes the name system. And so yeah, so that was kind of my baby. I've had other people suggest names a lot, but typically I've been the one who's been responsible for adding them. So even if I didn't come up with an idea for a name, I usually was still the one who physically put it in the game. Oh, Malator said, I had the same reaction to Madison because I just read the Freakonomics books, and one section was about names. That sounds about right. Actually, have you seen, so CGP Grey recently did a video about the name Tiffany that I found entertaining. I need to make a note for that, too, because I was going to add the name, he did a bunch of research and found that the name Tiffany comes from the Greek name Theophany. And Theophany is a cool name. So I'm going to put the name Theophany into the game and have it generate the nickname Tiffany. So you have a character who goes by Tiffany, and if you look deeper, you'll see that her name is actually Theophany. And I'm going to find that very amusing. Khalifa says, you're still adding names to the game? Yep. Yeah, no, basically anytime I get bored and I need a distraction, I go to the name list and I just start adding nicknames. So it's like because sometimes when you're working, you don't want to just take a break from work. You want to keep, stay in the headspace, but you need a break from the exact thing that you're doing. And so when I need a break from the exact thing that I'm doing, I just go and I add nicknames to the game. And that's nice. It keeps me in the sort of creative headspace, so I'm not losing focus, but it does let me think about something besides the thing that I've gotten tired of. Surreal Diagonal says CGP Gray's videos are the most entertaining videos about what seems at first to be boring subjects. Yes, I agree. So he did one recently that was about metric paper sizes, and it takes a weird left turn, and it is hilarious to me. Like, he explains what's awesome about the sort of the paper proportions for like European paper, because American paper, the typical size is 8.5 by 11 inches, which is, you cut that in half and it's sort of still an oblong shape, but it's a different oblong shape. Whereas A4 paper, it's about the size of an 8.5 by 11 sheet, but its proportions are such, it's a little taller. And that means that because of those proportions, if you cut it in half, you've got two tiny, I think those are called A5 pieces of paper. And you cut those in half, you got A6 pieces of paper. And it's a really clever geometric hack to make sure that, like, anything you print can be printed in different sizes. And you don't have to worry about the margins being different or anything like that. They just all match. But then he takes it in a weird direction. Why did my character just jump to the side like that? That was weird. He takes it in a weird direction that you're not expecting. And I love it. So, okay. So Gior points out you never see older names on the younger people in the game. Similarly, like, you don't see Jaden on old people. You never see George on somebody younger, or Dolores on somebody younger. Except in a few cases. So there were a few cases where I did put older names on younger female characters, because that's actually become zombie, because that's actually becoming a I've got a revolver, not a pistol. Hold on, you gotta go get a pistol. That's actually becoming a trend for older names like Ella and Eva and
I'm out of gas.
just a certain aesthetic of older names being given to young girls these days. And so I think we might have some names like that specifically on female characters. Okay, so this dude, he wants to have a light pistol. And so let's grab this.
Yeah. Hi, could you guys spare anyone for a while?
Do we have an engineer yet? Oh, yes, he's an engineer. Oh, okay, cool. So does that mean that I can manufacture better quality... what am I doing? Better quality suppressors. Yes. Craft handmade suppressor. Sweet. So now I can stick a handmade suppressor. I forgot how this works. Handmade suppressor on my pistol. And it looks all nice. It's all... doesn't have that kind of weird red color and fatness of the base level garbage suppressor. So Khalifa points out that he would love to see more Arabian names in the game. Yeah, so we do have names from Arabic traditions in the game. I believe so. The way that we approached the name lists was rather than going for really broad categories of names, like say like Arabian names, where there's so many different. Oh gosh, Juggernaut. Okay, I want to kill one of those with a shotgun. So let's see if we can make that happen. Let's go get a tough character with a shotgun. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So one thing that we learned, one lesson that I learned while I was working on the name lists was, we have a team member. We had a team member who was from Mexico, and I went to him about I had a whole list of Spanish names, and I was like, hey, I need to come up with good nicknames for these, and you really understand, the nicknaming system in Mexico. So like, can you recommend a bunch of nicknames to me and tell me where I can find really good nicknames? And so he did. And that went great. Was it Sinjin who fought the last one? And then we were running the name list by other people who would have, expertise. Okay, so he does have this 870 sawed off. That's right. But I need to get him some shells. And so we ran it by somebody who is from Spain. And the guy from Spain was like, what is this garbage? What are all of these are not Spanish nicknames. What are you talking about? And he disapproved of all of them because they were Mexican nicknames. They were not Spanish nicknames. And I realized that those two cultures had very different nicknaming schemes. And you couldn't just make them treat them as interchangeable. So I just sort of assume that's true. Even if I don't know specifically, I assume that's true of every naming tradition. I assume that just because, people in, say, Lebanon have a certain set of names, that does not mean that somebody from Dubai would expect to see the same names. And so we do have an Arabian name list, but I think it is specifically Lebanese. I think I went for what might be, I think I was just trying to do research on what the largest communities of Arabic speakers in the United States was. And I think I found that it was Lebanon. I might be misremembering. It might not be. That might not be true. I might be misremembering why I chose Lebanon. But it might have just been that it was just easier to do research on it. Like maybe the information was more readily available. I'm not sure. But
I should reload.
But yeah, so I think we've got that. But it's also kind of scaled by how common each of those demographics is in the United States. I fudged the numbers so that we would get more variety. So it's not just all dominated by like one demographic. But still, like the proportions are fairly related to reality. So, cultures that don't show up in America as often also don't have their names show up quite as often. Though again, I put my finger on the scales to try to make sure they would show up more often than they do in reality, just because it's more interesting to have characters from a lot of different places and backgrounds. Come on, dude.
Reload.
How many bullets is it gonna take? I guess I should have brought a higher caliber weapon. If this was a 7.62, it'd probably be on its knees already.
I should reload. Need to make this last mag count.
Cog says, I wish that I could despawn that Juggernaut so that Jeffrey could focus more on the chat.
Looks like I'm on empty.
But I want to fight this Juggernaut. It's part of why I'm here.
I should reload.
Okay, so this isn't gonna go great. Come on.
I should reload.
Okay, I've got 60 of these shells. I'm gonna use them. It's gonna be fine. Come on. Oh, I didn't mean to get down there. Oh, well. Oh, get off. Fine. Sheesh. How long does it take to kill this guy? There we go. And that bounty is complete. Well, anyway, I'm kind of safe up here, so might as well keep talking. Okay, so Khalifa says, I see what you mean. That's very true. The Lebanese are amazing people, and it's true. Their set of nicknames and even curse words completely differ from those in Dubai. Yeah, okay, so that's what I wanted to do, was basically set it up so that I didn't want to assume that if I just grabbed a list of Arabic names, that would just be right for anybody from an Arabic-speaking country. Because that's just not true. That's not how reality works. Places are very different from each other, regardless of whether they share certain things in common. And so instead of just going broad, I just always narrowed it down as much as I can. We didn't do Arabian names. We did Lebanese names. We didn't do, just Turkic names broadly. We did specifically from Turkey. We didn't just, we've got, I think, 2 different sources for Native American names, for instance. But we chose specific tribes with their specific linguistic and naming traditions, rather than, because the thing I didn't want to do was like have a first name and a last name from different traditions. India, I think we've got people from we've got names listed from 2 different states in it. 2 different, are they called states in India? Like Andhra Pradesh and Punjab, and are those called states? I don't actually even know. But anyway, like we've got names from different parts of India, rather than trying to say, oh, I've got Indian names, and then somebody ends up with like a first name from one end of India and a last name from the other end of India, and they don't sound like an authentic Indian character. So it's a lot of effort, probably, that most of our audience won't know the difference. But the thing that I was thinking about was like, well, when someone does know the difference, when somebody actually is from one of these communities, I would love for them to have the novel experience of the names in the game feeling right. Like, I would love to have somebody from, say, Cambodia, who doesn't often see Cambodian characters and Cambodians' names represented well in the game. If they come up to a character they come across a character in the game who's got a Cambodian last name, I really want them to have a first name that also sounds right for a Cambodian character. And I wouldn't want to just like use that opportunity where they're like, oh wow, I feel represented, to then undermine it and destroy it by getting something wrong. And so so we tried to index as heavily as we could on,
Nothing I own matters.
rather than on
My head.
trying to hit as many different names as possible. We tried to avoid as many moments that would boot somebody out of the game as possible.
Got space for me? I'll more than pull my weight.
Let's see here. Geek trivia. I think we really are trying to go
I'll
with
more than pull my weight.
I'd like somebody who could do nutrition, honestly. It's kind of what I'm looking for. So let's not recruit Tabby. As cute as the name Tabby is.
Well, okay then. Later then.
And unfortunately, okay, I just noticed that I could still talk to her while she was reacting to me. That was weird. That shouldn't be possible. Hold on, let me make note of that. That we've got something in the Green Zone recruit mission that let me still talk to the person after I made the choice. Because that's wrong. And I feel like that could give some weird results. And I did that. And oh, holy crap, it's a 120. So I've been doing this for an hour and a half. I should probably take a break. Oh, but the thing I was gonna do, the reason I was waiting so long, is because I wanted to get a nice glamour shot of the scout car. Well, let's do that. Let's go out here, park our fireman in this bloody, nasty scout car, and let's go take a ride in this scout car. So, there we go. I've got a scout car. Yeah, woohoo, scout car. Yeah, scout. Oh, crash. Okay, scout car. We've got a scout car. Oh, crash into those zombies. Yes. I don't know if that's gonna look good, but we've got it now anyway. Oh, squish. Yes. Scout car is in terrible shape now. It's fine though. It's fine. Oh, that's. I'm sure that somewhere in there I've got a thumbnail to stick at the front of this video. So we're good. Awesome Twitch Dude wants to know, did I make the thumbnails? Do I make the thumbnails for the State of Decay channel videos too? Yeah, I make those thumbnails too. I am not a professional at graphic design, and so it's kind of silly that I make the thumbnails. When you see the more professional looking videos, the ones that are actually like edited videos that have like proper, professional looking thumbnails, those are done by Alan. He's he's a guy who works on our team. He does a lot of like marketing art, and he does a lot of our screenshots. He does have a graphic design background, and he also did a lot of the concepts for our UI and stuff like that too. So just a lot of sort of the graphic design stuff that goes on in our franchise, Alan is responsible for. So he does those thumbnails, but the ones that are just like big fat text, like big fat 3D text, like trying to get people to click on this stuff and looking really kind of campy and weird. Those are my thumbnails. So I don't know if they're any good, but I have fun with them anyway. So Khalifa from Dubai wants to know, what else have you worked on other than the naming system? So yeah, these days I've got, I have some influence over practically everything because I'm the design director on the franchise, but not on the franchise, but on the on State of Decay 2. But that means I have like less involvement than I would normally have, because I have to sort of step back and see the forest for the trees. That means I have a small influence over everything, but I don't actually have a lot of hands-on interactions with any one system. So it's like something like, for instance, the Outpost upgrade. Like, I was involved in some of the high-level decisions about what we were doing, but the moment-to-moment, the decisions of like how those things were designed, the fact that they offer skill training bonuses, the way that the upgrade scheme works, all that stuff, that was all worked out by Lucy. And so I had sort of like this, if it went off, if she did something weird that didn't fit with the rest of the game, it would be my job to catch that. But the decisions on the ground for like how that system was built were all hers, and she was fully responsible for that. And I like to sort of run things that way. Like, I really want people to be able to invest fully in the things that they're working on and have a lot of creative control over them. And so I only step in when I feel like there's actually a really important thing that's being missed. But by and large, we just hire really good people that we trust, and so they get to be responsible for stuff. So these days, I haven't been as personally responsible for as much stuff because I'm trying to step back and give a lot of other people room. But prior to that point, yeah, the character system was the area that I worked on the most. I also did I didn't really conceive a lot of the missions from scratch, but I did a lot of mission work too on the game prior to release. So like the Enclave that is just a bunch of jerks demanding resources from you, and then eventually demand your base. If you keep giving them resources, they eventually make you move. That was mine. I also did the pathetic Enclave that keeps asking you for stuff, and then eventually they just ask you to take them in because they can't survive without you. I also did that Enclave. We call them the mooches under the hood. And some of the personal arcs, like I didn't start any of them, but I ended up having to sort of finish them as we sort of were moving staff around. And so I ended up finishing the mission that was about finding the cosplay sword, the mission that was about the sun's mace, the mission about I feel kind of sheepish about this, like the mission about the collecting a record player so you can play all of your vinyl. Like, don't ask me about that one. That's a silly mission. It shouldn't be in the game, but whatever. I worked on that one too. Yeah, I did not do the cannibals. The cannibals belong to somebody else. The really sort of elaborate, fancy, mission arcs were done by our full-time mission designers. And I was not a full-time mission designer. I had my hands in a lot of different things, and so I did a lot of the sort of the simpler, smaller missions, while people who like the big, elaborate ones, like the cannibals or the zombie trappers, were done by other people. And the legacy arcs were done by people who are more specialized in getting that stuff right. So Khalifa said that he just met the pathetic enclave and found a good recruit from them. Well, that's good, because I didn't. That's not intentional. This is supposed to be all garbage people. So I'm glad that the random generator did manage to find somebody with redeemable qualities for you. Cogs, I do not think I did a Drinking Buddy Max storyline. In fact, I don't even remember which mission that is. So that one was not mine. Oh! I just saw that Cog just linked to my How I Make Thumbnails video. Yeah, if people are curious about that, maybe I should put a link to that at the end of this video. Speaking of the end of this video, we should do the end of this video, because I try to do these about an hour long, and now it's been an hour and a half. So we've been doing this for a long time. So for those of you who are new to watching me, what I usually do is I'll start with State of Decay 2. I'll wrap up one YouTube video of State of Decay 2, and then I'll go on and I'll play some other games. So yesterday we tried to play a couple of PC games and they didn't work. And so I thought maybe I just needed to restart my machine. So I have restarted my machine. So we're going to try to play a couple of PC games in just a sec. But for right now, if you're watching this later on YouTube and you want to subscribe to my channel, I'll stick a little button right there. I'll put the link to my thumbnail video here, and eventually when I make another State of Decay 2 video, I'll put that there. So you can go click those links, unless you're watching me live, in which case those don't exist. Yep.